Before I begin this video, I would like to give a shout out to RomanianTube. He makes nearly all of my thumbnails and he definitely makes them really good. I suggest taking a look at his channel and consider subscribing. Recently, a challenge named VSC has been verified by Bo in 334,900 attempts. This achievement is extremely impressive, as the level, despite it only being 16 seconds long, it is the hardest thing ever verified legitimately according to top players. However, a lot of people recently have been trying to get the level rated. This seems like a good idea at first. The level has good decoration, the gameplay is fun for a lot of people, and Bo himself took so many attempts to verify the level, so why not rate it? Well, if you think about it more, the level is only 16 seconds long, and according to Vibrant, a level has to be at least a minute long to get rated. However, there are some exceptions for medium rated levels. The last time we saw a short level rated was a little over 4 years ago, with that being Xmas Challenge by Andromeda. Making an exception like this, especially at the time with many low quality levels being rated, such as Thinking Space, definitely won't help. So today, I will be discussing why VSC shouldn't get rated in my opinion, and why it could potentially ruin the rating system. First, I would like to explain the current state of the rating system of GD. Recently, a lot of low quality levels and exceptions have been made to get levels rated. This can either be because it's really hard, has a history of the past, or the level has been set by mods, although they don't deserve a star rating. These levels being rated has caused a lot of people to get upset, since these low quality levels have been rated and not their own levels. To be honest, they do have a point, as of the point of featuring or rating a level is to award it for being a good level, not because it's so hard. If VSC were to be rated, it would add to the list of not rate-worthy levels to today's standards and the guidelines according to RobTop. If challenges were to be rated, it would break the rating system, as then there would be no requirement on how long a level has to be to get rated, which would result in a mass of effortless 20 seconds levels to be rated. Luckily, RobTop has never rated any challenges in the past, except Xmas Challenge, but that wasn't a big deal back in the day, as nobody really cared. Now VSC is going to be a much bigger deal. It is the hardest level ever verified, meaning if rated, it will place on the list, and will be 16 seconds long. Another thing that will happen is that a lot of people will start complaining on its rate, and will ask why their levels aren't rated, and start requesting a bunch of low quality levels, and even worse, will be motivated to build bad levels. Breaking the rating rules, let's say, isn't okay to do all the time, especially when it's been done recently. When Vibrant himself stated that a level has to be 1 minute long, and exceptions are only made for medium levels rated, that's it. There's no point on asking for a rating a 16 seconds challenge, no matter how long it is. If the sole reason on getting it rated is to place on the demons list, I think they should ask the list to make the exception, not RobTop. After all, creator points are gifted to someone that is a good creator, or a level. To be honest, if this happens, it will be the same as Thinking Space getting rated. And to be honest, this might be even worse, as it doesn't meet an objective requirement, which is length. Now that is pretty much why it shouldn't get rated. There are a few more reasons to why it shouldn't get rated, but there's not much to talk about them. Now I'd like to address some arguments people have made against it having to be rated, as well as offering some solutions to this. First, I would like to address the arguments made. The most common one and most expected one is the difficulty. Sure, it's hard, near impossible, and Bo spent so many attempts to try to verify it, but does that mean we have to lower our standards just to get this rated? Of course not. Difficulty has always been a hot topic around the community, and is always talked about in the community. However, difficulty and a good level is two completely different things. Let's take an example. Let's say Exasperation, quite possibly the worst level in GD, was verified by a player with 500,000 attempts. Should it get rated? You see where I'm coming with. Difficulty does not make up for the level's decoration and gameplay. The last argument is that it isn't a bad challenge. It has good deco and gameplay. Yes, it does, but as I said, length is another factor. A level after all has to meet 3 requirements. It has to be playable, has to have good deco, and has to be a minute long. That to me is enough to reason why it shouldn't get rated. It simply isn't rate worthy. Now enough complaining. Are there any solutions to this problem? Yes, there are some. The first thing is that a lot of people want on the demons list, which only accepts levels that are rated. With this not being rated, it isn't going to happen anytime soon. However, this could be fixed by the list, making this one-time exception and adding it to the list. However, I wouldn't think that the list would be happy adding a 16-second challenge to the main list, so I think that is their choice. My last suggestion is to have a sort of update to the rating system, let's say. It would be cool to have a sort of challenge feature, where a level doesn't get rated like usually, it just adds a sort of challenge thing somewhere in the level. Obviously, the challenge has to be hard and good to be classified in-game as a challenge. I think it would also make it so there wouldn't be a need to make an auto section at the end of the level, since to me that's a bit unnecessary since it wouldn't fit at all. This would be a cool addition, let's say in 2.2 or 2.3, but it would take a lot of work for Optop to rate these levels, so maybe mods could be able to rate them as well, but I don't know. That's pretty much it for today. I hope you understood my take on this and why in my opinion it shouldn't get rated. I do think the more and more exceptions are being made to rated levels, which at the point being there won't be exceptions anymore. I made this video since a lot of people do think this should be rated and there's no reason to not rate it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it as it helps me out a lot. Anyways, have a great day, wash your hands, and goodbye.